Dear students, welcome to Chandbagh School Biology Department and I am Sumaira Anwar. Today we are going to start lesson 2 of 10 for the grade 11 students. And the topic I am going to discuss today is very interesting, that is genes. In my previous lesson I have discussed about DNA in detail. So now we will discuss about genes. A DNA molecule may carry many genes along its length. So here is a diagram that shows a structure of chromosome. We know that chromosome is made up of DNA and DNA is a double helical structure. DNA is basically made up of polynucleotides. So multiple genes can be present on the structure of the DNA. So here gene 2, you can see it contains polynucleotide chains and different type of bases are present. For example, guanine, thymine, cytosine, adenine. They complement with each other. They are arranged in the form of base pairs with the help of hydrogen bonds. Now, how can we define gene? A gene is a sequence of DNA nucleotides, bases, that controls the formation of a single polypeptide which can be used to make proteins. So, it means genes play an important role in the formation of proteins. Genetic code. Each gene stores a message that determines how a protein should be made in a cell. The message stored by a gene is called the genetic code. Importance of the genetic code. The proteins contribute to development of many characteristics in your body. If the message stored by the gene sequence of nucleotides or bases is altered due to any mutation or any other reason or chemicals, it may affect your body structure or function. Structure of a gene. Each gene consists of two polynucleotide chains. So here is a diagram that shows a DNA double helical structure. So this is the orange one. This is a gene that is located on the DNA double helix. So a gene is sequence of DNA nucleotides. So if we unzip the DNA double helical structure as shown here, we can see the nitrogenous bases present on the inner side. So unzipped means we have removed the hydrogen bonds from here. This is the template strand and these are the codon. I will discuss them about template and codon in detail in the next slides. So what is meant by template strand? One of the chains determines the type of protein made. This chain is called the template. The template contains a sequence of nucleotides or bases. This polynucleotide sequence stores information as follows. 3 bases code of 1 amino acid. This is known as triplet code or codon. You can see here that 3 bases that are present here, they code for 1 amino acid. If 3 nitrogenous bases are present, they will make up 1 amino acid. So this is the template strand that is responsible for the formation of messenger RNA. The template shown in figure 20.7 has 10 triplet codes. So you can see here, if you count 1, 2, 3, likewise if you count till the end, you can find out that 10 triplet codes are present or codons are present. This template will enable the cell to make a polypeptide containing 10 amino acids. If 3 of them code for 1 amino acid, if 10 codons are present, it means 10 of them will code for 10 amino acids. The amino acids that the 10 triplet codes code for are represented by different shapes in the table that is shown here. 3 DNA bases, a DNA codon codes for 1 amino acids as I have already discussed. So here is a DNA codon from the previous diagram, TAC, shown in the table here, TAC. Next, TT, triple T, shown here. Likewise, you will write them in the form of 3 each because 3 of them will code for 1 amino acid. So the complementary mRNA codon. In my previous lesson, I have discussed that thymine will bind with adenine. Adenine will bind with uracil. Uracil is the base that is present in case of RNA. DNA contains 4 types of nitrogenous bases: adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine, while RNA contains uracil. I will discuss in the coming slides. You will understand with the help of the table that shows the difference between DNA and RNA in detail. So likewise, you will form the complementary mRNA codon. It is very interesting and informative. Amino acid coded for, so we have different type of labels for the different amino acids. We give different shapes for their recognition. How are polypeptides or proteins made? Polypeptides are made through a two-step process. These two steps are called as transcription, occurs in the nucleus, while the translation occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell. Now, what is the difference between transcription and translation? Transcription is a process by which DNA template, as I have already discussed, that is the DNA template, it is used to make a single-stranded molecule called messenger RNA, mRNA. So, what is translation? Process by which sequence of mRNA, the mRNA that is formed here during the process of transcription, the mRNA codons is used to make a polypeptide with the help of ribosomes. So what we actually want? We want to synthesize proteins. So protein synthesis with the help of genes will take place by two processes. First one is called as transcription, during which DNA will be changed into mRNA. The second one is called as translation, during which mRNA will be converted into proteins or polypeptide chains with the help of ribosomes. So here is a diagram that will explain the process. It is the easiest way to explain. And remember what happens, that DNA is the double helical structure. When the transcription occurs, DNA will be converted into mRNA, and mRNA is a single-stranded structure. Here two strands are present in case of DNA, while one strand is present in case of mRNA. So when mRNA is present, translation takes place. Translation, mRNA will be converted into protein or polypeptide chains. Now, what is the difference between DNA and RNA? I have discussed about DNA in detail in my previous lesson. So, you should go and watch the first lesson. The DNA, the sugar unit is deoxyribose, while in case of RNA, the sugar unit is ribose. The nitrogen containing bases are adenine, thymine, cytosine and guanine. While in case of RNA, the nitrogen containing bases are adenine, uracil, cytosine and guanine. So you can see here DNA contains adenine, thymine, while RNA contains adenine and uracil. Uracil is present in place of thymine in case of RNA. RNA contains uracil while DNA contains thymine. So DNA is a double-stranded molecule. I have already discussed. RNA is a single-stranded molecule. The ratio of adenine to thymine and cytosine to guanine is 1:1. While RNA, there is no fixed ratio between adenine and uracil. So here adenine is paired with thymine. So in case of RNA, no thymine is present. Uracil is present in place of thymine. So adenine will pair with uracil, and G and C always pair with each other. DNA is a permanent molecule in the nucleus, while RNA is a temporary molecule and is made only when needed. Unlike DNA, it can move out of the nucleus. So here is a diagram that shows the structure difference between the DNA and RNA. DNA is a deoxyribose. It contains double helical structure, as you can see here, and the base pairs are present: cytosine, guanine, adenine and thymine. So in case of DNA, thymine is present, while in case of RNA, thymine is absent and uracil is present. RNA is a single-stranded and it contains ribose sugar, ribonucleic acid. So this is the difference between the DNA and RNA. Now, what is your written assignment? Question number 1. One of the strands of a DNA molecule has the following sequence of bases. Here is a sequence of bases given. Write down the sequence of bases for the other DNA strand. You have to write the sequence for the other DNA strand. Differentiate between transcription and translation, and also differentiate between DNA and RNA. If you have any problem related to the topic, you can ask questions and complete the written assignment and send on my WhatsApp number. Thanks for watching.